Hi, I'm Felicity LaRouche, founder of Phenomenal People. Thank you for taking the time to come and watch this video today. It's a subject that is probably on a lot of people's minds at this period of time between Christmas and New Year, where we start to consider, if we haven't done already, what it is we want to accomplish in the coming year. 2018 is looming now, and this is a nice quiet period for us to be able to relax and reflect a bit before the pace really quickens for 2018. And it's an ideal opportunity to think about what it is that we want to create. Now, the obvious way to start is to set goals. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard about that, and probably some of you do them regularly. So you'll probably heard of the goal-making model, which is SMART. It's a really useful model. It helps us to really get clarity around what we want to achieve. So to break it down for you, the elements of setting SMART goals are making sure that they're S, specific, M, measurable, A, attainable, R, relevant, T, that they have a timeline on them so we know exactly when we're going to achieve the goal by. So really valuable process. There are lots and lots of trainings on SMART goals and how to really break those down. So I won't labour that now. It's a really important first step in us achieving and creating the life that we want to attain whenever we're setting a goal. So why do I say that that's only one part? For me, having looked at goal setting for myself for many years and watching other people set their goals and supporting them and coaching them, for me there has to be another couple of elements to really get some fuel behind achieving that goal. And that element is a positive emotion. If you just set the goal and all it is a thought process, an intellectual reasoning of, yes, I would like to achieve this goal, this is why I want to achieve it, and it all makes sense logically, that's fine, but it hasn't got enough oomph, it hasn't got enough power to really create momentum for you. So the emotion is what will create that momentum. So how do you tap into the emotion around a goal? Well, you ask yourself, what is your why? Why do you want to achieve this goal? Why is it important to you? Are you looking for, career progress? Are you looking for more money? Well, again, quite intellectual responses to that question. So ask yourself, how are you going to feel when you have more money coming in because you've achieved your goal? How are you going to feel when you receive that promotion because you've achieved your goal? And some of those emotions that will come up will be things like fulfillment, satisfaction, a sense of significance, a sense of it all being worthwhile. Maybe it's about self-esteem, that your hard work has paid off. But the emotions are the things that will really keep you going when other things crowd in, which they do in our busy daily lives, and kind of take our focus away and try and steal our momentum. The emotion is the part that will really get us back on track, because the emotion is what is the fuel and helps us to really, get engaged and get excited about those goals. So that's the second really valuable part, and I'm going to add a third part to this equation for success. And the third part is having an identity about yourself, where you can think about yourself and think, yes, I'm the type of person that will achieve this goal because of X, Y, Z. And usually those are character things like I'm consistent, I'm committed, I've got a good work ethic. So those are the areas that will help us think, yeah, I can achieve this. Now, if your identity is a little bit out of step with what you want to achieve for 2018, then you're going to want to upgrade it a little bit. So if you've had a few kind of knockbacks, or you haven't been performing as well as you would like to be, don't let that identity rob you of the goal that you want to achieve. So your identity at the moment might be, well, I'm a little bit inconsistent. Maybe I'm a bit lazy. Maybe I haven't pushed myself as much as I should have done. It's very easy for us to start beating ourselves up. It's such a common trait in society. We're still pretty rubbish at rewarding our successes, but we're very, very focused on the areas. We're very fluent about the areas where we haven't done as well, because there's just so much pressure on us in society to achieve and to, reach these standards. So instead of focusing on your failures, focus on the elements that you can shift. And it only has to be little baby steps. So instead of having that identity of, oh, I'm a bit flaky, I don't always follow through, shift your identity. First of all, think about the times when you have followed through, and probably if you made a list, you'd find that it's probably more than you would think. So think about yourself and create a new identity around that. I'm a person that follows through. I am consistent. I do go back, and even if I've gone off track, I go back and I set myself up again and continue to achieve my goal. And then go back to your why. And I'm going to achieve the goal this time because X, Y, Z. Make sure it's a powerful why. So that new identity will need to be really anchored in your personality, because the current identity you have of yourself is like default. That's where you go to automatically. So you want your new personality to be, your new characteristics to be what becomes default, and that takes actually really anchoring that in. And when I say anchoring it in, it means that you need to rehearse who that person is. Now, some of it might be standing in front of the mirror in the morning and saying, and talking to yourself and saying, I'm going to achieve this goal because I'm X, Y, Z. And really believe what you're saying to yourself. Have it in your posture. How would you be standing as a successful person? Would you be smiling? Would you be like forcing things, or would you be, no, this is who I am. I'm relaxed, I'm confident because that's the person I am. And each day I take steps that bring me even more fully into that identity, and I leave behind the identity of the past that's no longer serving me. So you have to rehearse it. And some of the teachings around conditioning a new habit for years have been saying, oh, it's 30 days. Well, actually, it's more like 60 days. Now, that might just feel a bit, but it's worth doing it, isn't it? Think about your goals, think about your why. Why do you want to achieve that by the end of the year? It's going to feel so amazing, and, people are going to be inspired by you, and that's such a great feeling. But more importantly than that, you're going to be inspired by you. You're going to remember that you can do great things and achieve things in your life, and it's getting back into the mindset, it's getting back into the habits, very much about the habits that we create in our lives. And creating success habits, it takes time. So be patient and persistent. Make sure you set your goals using SMART or some other model that resonates with you. Get the emotion involved. Every day revisit those goals and think, okay, yeah, this is why I want to achieve the goal. And thirdly, rehearse who you're going to be as that person that's going to create the success in 2018. So I hope you found this useful. 3-part process. Again, make sure that you're consistent with anchoring that in. It's so easy at this time of year to set yourself some great goals for 2018 that you feel really excited about. But unless you go back and revisit them, re-engage with the emotional fuel, re-engage with who you want to be and who you need to be to achieve those goals, then you're going to be looking back in a couple of months, and it's unlikely that you'll have achieved them, or at least be less far along the path of achieving them than you'd like to be. So give yourself the gift of consistency and commitment to this, and keep on track. And I will be here at Phenomenal People to support you. So any questions, please feel free to drop me a line. Thanks for your time today. Bye-bye.